When solving equations, we normally have a multiplication or a division and an addition or subtraction. So today we're going to be solving equations with both of those things. To solve 2x plus 4 equals 14, we can use a function machine. To get from x to 2x plus 4, we need to multiply the x by 2 and then add 4. The inverse of plus 4 would be subtract 4. The inverse of times 2 would be divided by 2. And we know the output is 14 because our answer is 14. So we can subtract 4 from 14 to give us 10. And then we can divide by 2 to give us the answer of 5. So the solution to 2x plus 4 equals 14 is x equals 5. Let's have a go at these questions. We're asked to solve this, so we're going to start off with putting our tram lines in. Now we have a couple of operations happening to the x. We have the times 4, because it's 4x, and we have the minus 6. We always have to deal with the add or subtract first. So let's do the inverse of subtract 6, which will be add 6 to both sides. That will leave us the 4x on the left hand side because we've got rid of that takeaway 6, and 6 plus 6 is 12. Now we can deal with the times 4 there by dividing both sides by 4. 4x divided by 4 is just x, which is why we divided it by 4, because we want our answer, which is x equals, and then 12 divided by 4 is 3. We've solved this because we have an x equals, so x equals 3. We're going to start by putting our tram lines in. Now we need to make sure we remember that we deal with the pluses or the minuses first. So the first thing we're going to deal with here is this plus 9. The opposite or inverse of plus 9 is take away 9. So we're going to take away 9 both sides. That will leave the x over 2 on the left hand side, and 14 take away 9 is 5. Next we need to deal with the over 2 or divided by 2. The inverse or opposite of divided by 2 is times 2. That will leave us just the x on the left hand side, and 5 times 2 is 10. So our solution is x equals 10. We're going to start by putting our tram lines in. Now, for every rule, there is always an exception, and it might be tempting to deal with the plus 5 first because, as I've said in previous questions, you must deal with the plus or minus first. But if the plus 5 or the minus 5 or whatever the plus or minus is trapped in either a bracket or a fraction, you need to remove the bracket or fraction first. So the first thing we need to deal with in this question is not the plus 5, it's the divided by 2, because that plus 5 is trapped in that fraction. The opposite or inverse of divided by 6 or over 6 is times 6. So we get times 6 both sides. That will leave just the numerator, the x plus 5, on the left hand side, and 5 times 6 is 30. Now we can deal with that plus 5. So we're going to do the opposite of plus 5, which is subtract 5. X plus 5 take away 5 just gets rid of it, so it's just the x, and then 30 take away 5 is 25. So our solution is x equals 25. If you're not sure, you can then substitute that back into the equation. So 25 plus 5, which is 30, divided by 6 is 5. So we know it's the right answer. And finally, we're told that Zhang solves 3x plus 10 equals 16 and finds the answer is x equals 18. We need to find the mistake Zhang has made. If you know, write it in the comments below. And you can also come to onmaths.com or click the link in the description where you can access all of our free GCSE papers and predictions, and you can even save your scores with a free account. This video is part of a larger GCSE course that you can follow along with at onmaths.com.